Without a doubt, the common jig has been one of the most effective ways to catch big fish. In fact, it's been doing it for over 40 years. But this baby right here redefines the word jig. It's called evolution. Now to one of the most amazing features of the new evolution jig. We call it our rock and roll jig. The evolution jig was designed to fall horizontally in the water. Its weight displacement is like no other jig on the market. The jig actually lands on what we call a skid plate. A skid plate known as a fulcrum. What a fulcrum is it's a pivoting point. It's a balancing point. The head is our counterbalance. Every time that jig falls and lands on any type of surface, the counterbalance head creates a rock and roll movement. It falls forward. And what that does is it lifts the trailer, which is usually a crawfish imitator, into the defensive posture of the crayfish. And every time those pinchers get raised in the natural defensive posture for a crayfish, it will instinctively drive that fish to attack that jig. We spend a lot of time underwater, and one of the things that we've noticed for years is that when we go under the water and we film the bass that are basically hitting reaction baits like a jig, they hit that bait out of reaction. When we were watching the bass in open water, if we're throwing it on any type of sandy bottom, gravel bottom, weeds, etc., the bass would swim up to the jigs and they'd look at it and they would actually have time to analyze it. Instead of like a reaction strike, they had a couple of seconds to sit there and actually analyze it. They would look at it and they would turn around and swim away. And when we were watching this, we would sit there and say, why would they not hit that bait? We at Megastrike developed a brand new technology in a jig. It's unlike any other jig anybody has ever seen. What we do is we call it the skirt forward technology, which actually causes the skirt to flare, kind of like an umbrella look. Forward of the weed guard, forward of the hook. He turned on it. There he goes, he's got it. Time went by and we started thinking, how can we move this weed guard around or change it or color it, whatever. We came out with the first fluorocarbon weed guard. Now when they go underwater, the weed guard virtually disappears. So what the fluorocarbon fibers do to the bait is make it look more natural. And the more natural you can make a bait look to those fish, the more strikes that bait will entice. One of the most hazardous materials that we can put into our water system today is lead. Megastrike announces that its new evolution jig is 100% totally lead-free. It's so revolutionary that it won the Best New Lure Award at the ICAST show. The ICAST show is the world's largest fishing tackle trade show.